Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom Kunti from Shanghai, back for another Eurovision reaction video. Tonight I'm going to be looking through the second rehearsals of the first half of the second semi-final of Eurovision 2021. I'm going to listen and react to the 30-second snippets on the official Eurovision channel and give you my opinion, having seen some of the full performances in the press room. So, let's kiki. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip to a particular song. I'm going to do a different way this time. I'm going to play the clip first and then talk afterwards, because sometimes I was describing the clip and then the clip came on and it basically showed everything I just described. So I'm going to do a different order today, but let's go straight into it. First up is Send It with Adrenalina. I have seen this one the whole way through before. Let's see what they show first. Why did I change those stupid headphones? These ones are way better. Oh, it's because there's so many wires. That's why it looks real ugly. It looks real fugly. Send It, Adrenalina, Secret Bang. Okay, so this is right at the start. And she's got this awesome headdress on, which I think is really cool and artistic. She's really, really great vocally. Every time I saw her, I think I saw her twice, she was just great the whole way through. I do believe they changed. I don't like these costumes at all. They're very slightly creepy, like clown costumes. I do believe they've changed them for the final performance, and they're going to be wearing like visors with electronic writing on it. So yeah, that was right at the start. From then she goes down and she does some spinning around with a camera overview, and then in the rehearsal they had an Italian rapper come in. I'm filming this on Wednesday and we've had confirmation that Flo Rida is in. He did the dress rehearsal, which is happening right now as I speak in one of my tabs. I've got it on mute. I'm waiting to watch Switzerland, and I was also watching some other ones I'm going to be talking about today. But yes, I'm very confident this is going to be going through now that he's been confirmed. I was a little bit worried because they were first in the running order and San Marino don't start with any help. But I think this performance is really good. She's excellent. She looks great. She sounds great. There's enough interesting stuff happening that it feels like you can maintain interest throughout the whole thing. I'll be really pissed off if this doesn't qualify because they got a little bit screwed by the running order. But I think the big name of Flo Rida will be enough to push them through, and they very much deserve it. Okay, next up is Uku. Uku. My goodness. Uku the lucky one. Secret Bang. Where is this? I guess this is somewhere in the middle. To be honest, it's kind of hard to tell because the whole thing is a bit repetitive. His vocals are fine, as you can hear. I don't know. I don't think he's a particularly strong vocally. I don't know if he'd be so successful if he wasn't an Estonian heartthrob. Yes, this is just before the bridge. Yeah, like it's got some pretty visuals in it. They're a little bit screensavery. It starts off with the moon and then it goes, you saw that there's a river and there's some images of him falling into water. Like, none of the images are particularly bad. They do look quite expensive and nice. But it just overall, it doesn't really give the song the momentum or dynamism that it kind of needs to kind of push along and make it seem a little bit more exciting. This is second in the running order. I think he really needs to make a big impression to be remembered by the end. This semi is that tiny bit longer. It's 17 songs. There's nothing in this that I think people are going to go, oh wow, I remember that one with the moon. Or I remember that one with a bit of lightning in it. I don't think they're particularly like unique or original concepts. It looks great, but I just think it's going to be forgotten. This hasn't really changed in my estimates, to be honest. Okay, next up is Benny Cristo, Oh My God. I have seen this too. I literally just watched it around an hour ago at the start of the dress rehearsal on Wednesday. That was the only run through I've seen. So I haven't seen the rehearsal. This rehearsal might be a little bit different. Let's see. Benny Cristo, Oh My God, Secret Bang. Okay, where is this? Kind of middle-ish towards the end. I don't know, the whole thing looks a little bit like, not lazy, just like low energy. I don't know. I'll go into what I saw earlier. This is kind of getting towards the latter half of the song. I didn't really find him as electric as I was expecting. I was kind of expecting him to kind of light the stage on fire, and I just didn't really find that. Honestly, if you made me pick out one word to describe this performance, I would probably say boring. It's a bit boring. I can't think of another way to say it. I was just watching it and I think it's the only performance where I've kind of subconsciously clicked on another tab and started looking up something else. I literally just wasn't interested. And I don't mind the song. I think it's quite fun. I like his personality and cheeky stuff. I thought the music video was like cheeky and fun and I was expecting something like that. And this is literally just him hanging out with some dancers. Kind of looks like they're maybe a little bit stoned because they're all like a little bit droopy and dreamy. It's just nothing happens at all, and the song, you could argue, not much happens either. I think this needed like super cool staging like Miklas Josef had. Like Miklas Josef had a much more interesting and dynamic song, and he also had like the school bag and like some really cool dance moves, and it felt like so much happened. And this, it just doesn't feel like anything happened. So this is definitely, for me, is one of the songs that I've moved into. I don't think it's going to qualify anymore. I thought it was going to be a bit of a wild card, but I just really can't see enough people being excited by this to vote for it. Okay, next up is Stefania Last Dance. Again, this is another song I just watched in the dress rehearsal, but I got buffered in the last third. And from the description of everyone in the chat, apparently this is one of the worst rehearsals I've had. So let's see what the official rehearsal clip looks like. Stefania, Secret Bang. I love her dress. I think she looks gorgeous in that purple sparkly. I think she's kind of there in confidence. It's not totally convincing as like a really mature, confident performance. This is the main gimmick in the video, which I think it looks kind of cool. These are like, I don't know if I really like the backdrops, the purple and grey backdrops. The green, these guys are wearing green costumes, and so you can just see their clothes. I think that's really cool and clever, and she interacts with them in some clever ways later on. But that backdrop, the grey and purple, I'm not really mad on that. I think it looks quite cheap. It does look 80s, but it looks really cheap 80s. But they've had some good ideas here. Funny enough, I'll say, in terms of her stage presence, I'm going to mention this in my next video, but Angela Perstini, my God, does she command a stage. You can really see the difference between someone like Angela and someone like Stefania, who's just that little bit less experienced. She's still got a great voice, but there's that kind of like slight fear in the eyes that you just don't see in Angela. My God, Angela is just like, you're gonna fucking like my song, or I'm gonna come and stab you. Whereas Stephanie is like, please like my song. So there is that like slight Emma, but for her age, I think she's doing really, really great. Okay, next up is Vincent Bueno, Amen. Now, this is one of the ones I just keep missing. I missed it on the dress rehearsal. Because I got buffering again. I got buffering every single time I tried to watch it. The reaction to it has been quite positive though. Let's have a look. Vincent Bueno, Secret Bang. This is another Marvin Dietman or Martin Dietman. He's done 7 this year. Those lights look very similar to Norway's lights. They're the exact same lighting but white instead of blue. I don't know. It looks fine to me. It's maybe... It does remind me a little bit of John Ludwig's staging. And if he's just going to stand there the whole time, it's just really him having to carry the whole thing with some lighting. Okay, I didn't really see the magic there, but obviously that was just a 20 or second or so snippet. But people are saying that this looks very sophisticated and slick. Me personally, I kind of realized at some point today, this is what Portugal's trying to be, but Portugal does it so much better and more successfully, not just in the song, but in the staging as well. This for me is like a poor man's Portugal. It just doesn't get there. It's like a less exciting version. But I had to see the whole thing through. A lot of people are saying this is very sophisticated. This is going to be a really hard one for me to pick about the odds, because if you just ask me about the song, this definitely is in my top 10. But then I look at Austria and they have this massive, they have this reputation now for being real jury baiters, and that looks like a jury bait performance. Or are they going to get through once again based on a heavy jury score? Maybe they've even just said, let's go for that. Like, F the televote, let's go straight in for the jury. So yeah, I'm going to find this one a little bit hard to predict, in a similar vein to Croatia in the first semi, where I wasn't feeling it, but I was going off the community vibe. I don't know how I'm going to call this one. Okay, song number 6 is Rafal the Ride. This, again, is another one I haven't seen for similar issues of buffering. I know that he's got some of Dotter's little lights. Everyone's in love with Dotter's staging from the last couple of years. Rafal the Ride, Secret Bang. This song was my number 14, but I don't think it's going any higher. I think this is Marvin Dietman again, is it? I love that bit where he looks like he's on fire. Again, it's another blue, purple, pink. I think all these color things with the same coloring just wash each other out. The Warsaw thing is slightly odd as well. Yeah, it looks a slightly tame, doesn't it? It looks fine, but it looks maybe slightly formulaic, I think is probably a word. Like, they've gone for a gimmick, they've gone for quite an unrisky color scheme. They've gone for 4 dancers. It's just, it's very, if you took the average of kind of the entire competition and just boiled it down to like its average core constituents, this is probably what you get if you put it into like an AI machine or something. It's just a little bit too unspecial. But I'd still like him to go through. I don't know. I need to see the whole thing. It's harder to judge the ones I've only seen 25 seconds of. Okay, next up is Natalia Gordienko, Sugar, Moldova. I'll show you first, and then I've got quite a lot to say about this one. Secret Bang. Where are we now? I think we're in the middle third. Yeah, I don't know where we are. Again, this staging doesn't particularly have a beginning, middle, and an end. There's one bit that stands out, which I'll talk about later, but yeah, I don't know where we are in the song. Look, guys, honestly, this for me is just the biggest disappointment, probably of the entire staging. Would I say that? Yeah, I would say this is my biggest staging disappointment of the entire year. I'm one of the people who love the music video. I loved how out there and fun and kooky it was. I know people thought it was tacky. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was kind of carefree, and they just didn't give a crap about what people thought. This staging for me just feels so inhibited, like they read every single negative comment about the video and only listened to that and none of the positives, and they've just gone for this kind of like, it's a chic staging. It looks chic, but it's very dull. Nothing happens in it. It's her on a turntable with 4 dancers who have similar styling to the music video, but instead of pink they're wearing black, and it's just nothing happens. There's some pink cubes behind her. They move around. There's one bit where the table starts turning and the cubes kind of move around, and it is a little bit trippy. But other than that, it's quite sad. It's quite sad to see this kind of like joyful song in this country that I associate with joyful, happy performances doing this quite, it feels like pandering, like they're trying to be considered sophisticated or like more serious or something. I don't know. I could just be over analyzing it. Maybe this was always their plan, but it feels like a reaction to negative comments on the video, and it just feels really sheepish. So I'm kind of sad, because I feel like if they had taken a risk and just gone for something really crazy and had something like the dancing ice cream cones on the stage, or not even that extreme. I think there's lots of levels in between what they've got, which feels super safe, and dancing cones. There's lots of stuff in between here, which is just as wild and interesting. And they could have actually like been challenging to get up into the higher spots. Now they've gone so safe that it feels a bit boring, that I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking this is going to not qualify. You know, it has actually moved down to 10th in the odds for the qualification. I would not be surprised at all if this didn't qualify. I think it's borderline snoozy at some points. So really, really disappointed that this is my number 5. Gosh, would it be terrible if I lost my Romania and Moldova, both in my top 5 this year? Okay, now last up, my God. Okay, talk about tugging at the heartstrings. It's Daddy Gagnamagnid, Iceland. Now, literally an hour before I'm filming this video, we just got news that one of the members, we don't know who, has tested positive for COVID. We knew that someone in their delegation tested positive, and then one of the 6 members got it. 5 of them don't, but they've made a decision as a group that they only want to go into stage if it's all 6 of them together. So they've withdrawn from the second semi-final, and they've withdrawn from, let's be real, they're going to the final. They've withdrawn from the final as well. They're going to show the rehearsal clip, which I believe is the one that I saw, which was absolutely and utterly flawless. They've got nothing to worry about in terms of that clip. It is absolutely and utterly perfect. This is just pure and utter joy. It's such a contrast to Moldova, which I just spoke about. This is just totally an uninhibited bliss. I absolutely freaking love this performance, and I'm a little bit worried about overhyping it so that you guys might have such high expectations, but I'm so confident that if I don't describe the specific details of what I like, you will be so joyously surprised when you see this. It is so clever. There are so many fantastic ideas, and not all of them are gimmicky. Some of them are visual. Actually, I'm pretty sure this clip, I'm breaking my rule because I'm going to show the clip at the end. Actually, let's just show the clip now. Daddy Secret Bang. I'm pretty sure this shows the start with the purple silhouettes. It does. So it shows the start. Like, even this isn't a gimmick. This is just a beautiful image. Them holding the silhouettes in front. Just gorgeous. And you can see these semicircle pianos they have. It's just, the whole thing is incredibly intelligent, thought out, smart. And his vocals are fantastic as well. Really playful. Yeah, like, people need to watch out for this. I think people are quite aware. Everyone in the press room is quite aware that this is really shallow. It did shut up to 4th and that, so it's not like people are unaware of this. But I think everyone had been sleeping on it because they were maybe comparing the song to Think About Things. I don't think the song is any different to Think About Things, to be honest. I think it's equal quality. I think maybe people were a little bit less surprised by his like gimmicky, quirky stuff because they'd seen it last year. It was on Zoom. everyone watching Eurovision, it's going to be the first time seeing this. They are going to be absolutely nutty enraptured. This is going to have an absolutely gigantic televote. I would not be surprised if this won the televote. It is so charming, incredibly clever. You really do not miss this. I'm confident I can hype it up that much because I really don't think it's going to disappoint. It's really, really fantastic. And as someone who doesn't particularly like the song, I think it's fine. I just don't want to listen to it without any of the visuals. I am 100% looking. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to most in the final on whatever day. Ooh, in fact, I missed Switzerland because I was talking about Iceland. Damn it. Okay, well, at least I can explain that to you in my next video why I missed it. Okay, guys, so that's what I think about the first 8 songs of semi-final number 1. Of course, I'm going to do the other 9 songs in the second half as well. I'm looking at my watch. I'm not going to do it now. I need to go to bed. But I will get that up. I will get this video up early, and then I will film the other one tomorrow evening and get it up definitely before the final goes. And I'll probably just put my prediction changes in with that straight away. In any case, that's what I think about the rehearsal clips. Let me know which ones were growers and which ones were blowers in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.